Hey friends! So, as you may have guessed from the title of the video and that little clip at the start, I'm gonna explore some National Trust places that are near me. And today I decided to go to Anglesey Abbey, so that is where all the videos are taken in this video. So we didn't plan a holiday this year, mainly because I don't know, like the year disappeared quite quickly. I was unwell for a few months, and I think that just made the year just disappear really. And we just didn't ever get around. I felt like I was playing catch up for the whole time after that, and we just didn't get around to planning anything. So we had no holiday plans this year, and I got to the summer holidays and I was like, oh my goodness, what do I do? So I work in a school. And so we decided that we would get National Trust memberships. It was something that we'd kind of thought about before, but we recently got a car, which helped, because the main reason we thought let's not bother getting it is because actually they're quite difficult to get to if you don't have a car. Like there's not good public transport links to these places, and so we basically were dependent on other people taking us, and we couldn't guarantee we'd go enough to warrant getting a membership. So yeah, we recently got a car, and I think that helped decide to get the membership. And then yeah, I'm trying to spend the summer going to as many of the places nearby as I can, and see how that goes. Yeah, so it was a bit different. Like, I've never been anywhere like this on my own before. It's the kind of place that I've been on holiday when I'm with family or with friends. So it was a very different experience, but it was cool being able to like just go out and explore somewhere new, and just check it out. And you can see here I spent a lot of time just taking photos, which is something I don't do very often, but I do enjoy. Kind of, it has that aesthetic, I don't know, the kind of sensibilities that I like using in the art that I do, and different creative things like that. So I enjoyed that. Here I was taking some pictures of the treetops, I guess, the leaves all overlapping each other at different levels. It was very cool. I might try and put some on the screen so you can see some of the photos that I took along the way. So that would be nice. Enjoyed that, and I took lots of videos as well, as you can see, which was also enjoyable, just kind of thinking, okay, what do I want to look at, what do I think will make a nice video, although kind of in hindsight I think I'm not sure it's the kind of video that I envisaged making. I wanted to kind of make something that looked very calm and very peaceful, but there's a lot of moving around because I was moving around a lot, so I think I might try in the future, if I do some more, kind of putting the camera in a still place for a bit, just kind of seeing the way the trees are moving in the wind, and that sort of thing, because that was what I really enjoyed seeing, and so hopefully other people might enjoy seeing that as well. I think my main thing that surprised me actually going by myself was I felt really anxious, which I thought I wouldn't. Like, I was trying to come up with things that I would like to do in the summer that I thought would help me to feel calm, and feel like just do something that was more I don't know, sensory based, but also like calm, because I can have a tendency when I have free time to kind of overfill it, and I plan this project and that project, and I do this and do that, and I guess by taking the videoing stuff I did kind of make this into a little bit of a project, which maybe contributed to it. But I mean, I was trying to just document what I was doing rather than actually like purposefully having a plan of what the video would look like beforehand and then making it, so that didn't affect what I was doing too much. I think I found the having to think of where I was going at each point, I found that quite stressful. I'm usually quite bad at directions anyway, and I get lost really, really easily. Like, I don't have a good concept of where I am in my head. And so when I do go to places, I'm often just dependent on other people to kind of take me around, and then I don't even have to think about it. And I think just because I was the only one there and I did have to think about it, that made me feel quite stressed. Like at the beginning it was okay, I was just kind of exploring and then and just kind of seeing where different places took me, but then I felt like I wasn't getting to the places that I wanted to be somehow, and like there was a flower garden that I was really interested to see, that I think because I'd been to Anglesey Abbey one time before with some friends, and we'd gone in winter, and there'd been at least I think there had been a flower garden, and it had some signs that said come back in summer to see blah 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 whatever kind of flowers. At least I think this was Anglesey Abbey. But anyway, I spent a lot of time trying to find that place and just not, which was a bit disappointing. And so I ended up just like walking around random places. I actually also found being in the house quite stressful. I'm not even sure why. Like, it just, I don't know, it felt weird on my own that it didn't when I was with other people. I think because with other people, like, you're having a conversation about things, whereas when it was just me, it just felt like I was like creeping around a house. Felt like I was like invading it. Like, I genuinely couldn't go and look around the bedrooms because I went into one and I just like felt like I was like completely invading somebody's like inner sanctum. I don't know, like it just felt so weird. Like, yeah, I've had a lot of kind of, I guess, the physical symptoms of anxiety recently when I've been anxious, which is, in the terms of my life, quite a new thing for me. I haven't really had that before, but yeah, I went in and I could feel that. So I didn't enjoy that. I kind of went around speedily and headed straight to the library, which I was interested to see because I hadn't seen before. And the binding on the books was so cool. There was a small moment where I was like, oh, I should bind all my books. I was like, no, this will make it so hard to find a book on my shelf. But yeah, and then I went back outside to go try and find the flower garden that I just didn't find. But I did find this section of water, I guess, a river near the mill, which I didn't go in today, but I'll try visit it again at some point. But yeah, I found this and it was a nice peaceful spot, so I kind of sat here for a little while, just kind of tried to breathe, calm down, remind myself that it didn't matter if I didn't find the flowers, have a snack because I was very hungry by this point. Yeah, sat here for a while and enjoyed the breeze through the trees and hearing the water running, and just looking out into the distance. I think something about being able to see far into the distance is very calming, so I enjoyed that for a time. Also, even though it looks really grey in all these videos, which it was, the weather actually wasn't that bad. Like, when I was sat down, I kind of took my jumper off because the walking around made me quite hot, and the temperature was quite warm, like it was quite humid. Yeah, the summer is doing weird things at the moment, but it wasn't too bad, so yeah. I think because I was feeling stressed, I then kind of just wanted to go home, but I was like, just like take a bit of time, try and do something that you like, kind of explore the places that you do find, and like I forced myself to then do some painting, which you'll see later in the video. And I actually do painting of kind of based on the rose garden, so like the sand coloured bricks, the different coloured roses, the square plots, all of that kind of features in the painting that I go on to do, because I took a lot of painting stuff. I think I need to like make my backpack a little bit less full for the next one I go to, because it was so heavy, because I couldn't fully decide, as is classic for me, I couldn't decide what exactly I wanted to use, but doing it this time helped a bit, and I didn't use very many of the different materials that I took, so I think if I kind of strim it down and just take a very basic kind of travel art set, I think that would be better, because then also I'm going to be less tired and and in pain from carrying my heavy rucksack around all over the place. But yeah, so I kind of forced myself to do that, and actually that was really nice. And I think it forced me to stop and to notice the things that were around me instead of constantly looking for the thing that I couldn't find. So I found that good. And I think, kind of thinking back on it, like, I'm gonna try in the next ones that I go to well, I guess to not think of it so much as I've got to achieve this thing, because that was the whole point of going to National Trust places. I thought this is a calm thing where I'm just exploring and there's no kind of pressure, and yet I put that pressure on myself again to find a specific thing, and that was really silly, because like, I literally have National Trust membership. I can go back whenever I like. That place is a 14-minute drive from my house, so I can go back whenever. I don't need to see it all in one day. I can go back and find different places. And even if it took me a whole year to find that one garden, which seems silly because I'm pretty sure I can ask for a map or something the next time I go, which is also maybe a good idea for me. But even if it took me that long, like, that's okay. It's not about kind of what I achieve, and what I think I just need to change my view of how I'm exploring, and change it to think about kind of how I'm engaging with the different things that I am coming across, rather than whether I'm achieving the thing that I want. And I think, like, I was thinking about this morning, because I went yesterday, from when I'm doing the audio on this, and I was thinking about this morning, and I do this thing where I kind of write out prayers that I'm thinking about and just like spend some time with God, thinking about them. And I find that really helpful. It's kind of a cross between praying, which is good in terms of my faith, and journaling, which I think is quite a good practice for well-being as well. And so I kind of merge those. And I was thinking in it this morning about that kind of tendency, and actually how I've been quite anxious a lot recently, and I'm not 100% sure why I've been feeling like that. I was thinking that I potentially do the same thing in life that I did on the visit yesterday. I'm constantly looking for that next thing, and I'm like getting stressed that I'm not achieving what I think I should be, and I end up kind of walking around and retracing my steps and taking more time to do things than I think I should. And then I get frustrated at myself, and I think I'm missing out, and I think like I've wasted time and I've wasted things. And in actual fact, like I can go back to Anglesey Abbey anytime. I can also do those other things at a different time, and I think actually life is maybe more about how I'm engaging with each thing in the moment, rather than the things that I'm achieving and the things that I want to achieve. So I think I'm going to try and shift my thinking a little bit and see if that helps with the anxiety that I've been feeling. I have a friend, and we're constantly telling each other that it's about the journey, not the destination. But that's really hard sometimes, because I think even when you're on a journey, you're just thinking, but where do I need to be? Where am I going? What am I going to do next? So it's hard, but I'm going to try and change that, and I'm going to try it kind of tangibly with my exploring over the summer, my National Trust visits, and see if that can help me get the kind of feel for it, for doing it more with my life as well. So yeah, I had a really good time. I had more anxiety than I thought I would, going out on my own, but that's something that I want to get better at, and also being able to explore and just enjoy the moment and not be too fussed about what's coming and where I need to be and that sort of thing. So hopefully this can help. That's my goal for the summer. Yes, I have now turned my enjoyable activities into a learning curve. But yeah, hopefully it'll just help me to enjoy it more, and I'll have more times like this and go out and do some art and some painting. I'm also making some little zines about the different places, so hopefully I'll be able to share those with you as well. But yeah, that's what I hope to do. I hope you're having a good summer too, whatever you're up to, whether you're still working or or have any holidays planned, I'd love to know in the comments, so do let me know. Or if you also have any tips for how to reduce anxiety, because yeah, it's getting a bit much this year. And I did some CBT earlier in the year, but to be honest, I found it not super helpful for me. So far, things I have found helpful is kind of focusing on my faith, and like I was saying earlier about the praying, but also just reminding myself that I was made for life and not just achieving things, that I have a God who loves me even if I don't achieve loads of things, and that sort of thing, and also just finding joy in creating, and taking my time, not creating things that necessarily need to be seen but that I just like. But yeah, if you have any tips, I would love to hear them. And yeah, get out and enjoy some outdoor time while the weather's not too terrible. Although I would love some sun back, so if anyone wants to pray for that, I would be a fan. All right, well, I'm gonna go. Thanks so much for watching, for listening, and yeah, connect if you can, if you want to. Take care. Bye bye.